That's good.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with the Miserable Liberal and Ron Placone. Ron's on tour.
Yeah, June 20th through 24th. Graham Elwood and I are heading to the Southeast. We're going to Nashville, Huntsville, Asheville, Louisville, Atlanta, Georgia. Tickets at ronplacone.com. That's June 20th through 24th. Get them now.
So we've talked to you about the richest guy in the world, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos worth over $120 billion. How much money is $120 billion? First of all, if you had $1 billion, you could never spend it. Second of all, he has 120 of them. And they say you can end homelessness in America for $20 billion. So Jeff Bezos could end homelessness like that, still have $100 billion left. Still be the richest guy in the world. He can end homelessness, still be the richest guy in the world. He can end world hunger. They say it costs $33 million to end world hunger, $1 billion to end world hunger. He could do it like that, still have over $50 billion left.
But could he go to outer space, too?
He'd still be one of the top 5 richest guys in the world. He could end world hunger. He could end homelessness like that. He doesn't do it. Why? Because he's a megalomaniac. Guys like Jeff Bezos are sociopaths, and they become increasingly more sociopathic with the more money they accumulate. It's been proven by studies that the richer you become and the longer you're rich, you start to lose the ability to interpret other people's emotions through their face. You start to lose empathy. This has been studied. This isn't made. So why do I bring this up? Because Jeff Bezos just crushed a law in Seattle that was going to help homeless people. There was a tax. Well, here it is. This is from the Washington Post. Seattle Council votes to repeal a tax to help homeless amid opposition from Amazon and other businesses. So Jeff Bezos, who wants you to think he's a great guy, he's not. He's the opposite. He's a guy who's crushing your local economies. He's a guy who's rigging the system in his favor. And he's a guy who doesn't give a shit about homeless people. They had a tax they put in 4 weeks ago. The Seattle City Council on Tuesday voted to repeal a tax hike on large employers that it instituted less than a month ago, backing down from a plan firstly opposed by Amazon.com and much of the city's business community. How much of a tax? Was it going to raise $1 billion? How much were they going to tax Amazon? How much were they going to tax them? With Amazon and Starbucks funding a ballot challenge, Amazon and Starbucks. Now, if you remember, the Starbucks CEO just came out and said, we can't have things like single payer in this country. We can't have things like free college. We can't have things like a jobs program. That's the head of the Starbucks. Remember, they're supposed to be good people? They want to end racism. They just don't want to, they don't want to fund ending homeless. So they bankrolled a ballot challenge to repeal the tax. The city's Democratic Council struck down the tax levy they approved about 4 weeks ago. And the mayor, a Democrat, is expected to approve the deal. The new tax would have raised, get this, $48 million. That's it. $48 million. Or about, that's about what Jeff Bezos makes in, I don't know, a day? Maybe 2 days it takes him to make $48 million. And they came hard at this tax to help people. We are fucking helping people. Well, it's only going to be 48. I don't care. We're not giving a penny to help people. That's what Jeff Bezos is saying. Here's what Bernie Sanders tweeted out. There's a picture of Dr. Evil. It's convenient. He looks just like Dr. Evil. It's convenient. Bernie Sanders says, this is what oligarchy looks like. This is what greed is doing to our country. Amazon, whose CEO, Jeff Bezos, is the richest person in the world, used its enormous power to kill a modest tax designed to address the affordable housing crisis in Seattle. He doesn't give a shit. And you don't think that these companies should be broken up? You don't think Facebook should be broken up from WhatsApp and Instagram? And you don't think that Amazon should be broken up and shouldn't be allowed to also be in business with the CIA and the Pentagon? And they can apparently run tax policy and social policy in Seattle, wherever they're going to put a store. Wherever they're going to put their headquarters, we get to run everything.
And just for the record, too, that whole bill wasn't just footed by Amazon.
Right.
It was footed by the largest businesses in the city. There were about 600 that were going to be affected, and Amazon made the biggest gripe by far.
And they're like, hey, we could take some of our, a little bit of our tax money, help the homeless. What are you, nuts? I'm Jeff Bezos. We scrape every penny we can, and who cares about people? It's profits over people. What are you guys, assholes? We're Americans.
Well, and there are at least 20 cities right now that are vying for they're begging Amazon to come, giving them benefits that they'll never see the benefit from, by the way.
Right.
Whatever city gets Amazon is going to lose. And not only are they going to lose in the short term, because numerically it makes no sense, they're going to lose in the long term, because you're welcoming an employer that when they don't get their way, they grab your city government and they pull.
And that's
what they do. Do you really want that in your community?
Right?
It's like our jobs program is war, or you can go and be exploited by Amazon.
So
that's like
Walmart.
Yeah, so that's their jobs program right now.
Yes.
And they say that this Amazon and Starbucks would maybe give 8,000 jobs. You're paying that much? 8,000 jobs. That's... I feel like people... how many more examples can we have of people being cheated?
Okay. I don't need to tell you anymore. There it is. That's the country you live in. That's the guy who's the real president of our country. He just told homeless people in Seattle, "Fuck you. You're staying homeless." Why? No reason, really. Just a megalomaniacal adherence to profit over people. These people are the opposite of moral. They're the opposite. These people are literally evil. Jeff Bezos is evil. What they just did in Seattle is evil. That's not hyperbole. They're an evil corporation doing evil things. Just like the banks, we live in an evil culture. Richest country in the world won't even take care of its fucking homeless people. People don't have a home. Screw them. You want me to pay tax? The richest guy in the world. A guy who could personally end homelessness in America about 6 times over. Himself, he could end it. Jeff Bezos could end, and he chooses not to. And not only that, he chooses to go over to your local municipality and screw over your own city council's rules that want to help people. He'll step in and stop it, and he just did. But, he'll go on David Letterman's new show or whatever on Netflix, and everybody will laugh it up. There's no problems, right? He'll go on the Today Show, and everybody will love him. Dylan Radigan will tell you what a great CEO he is. What a great, but marvelous company, beautiful CEO,
beautiful business mind. As soon as he figures out how to monopolize water, he can be emperor of this place. Nothing to be concerned about. Nothing.
And he will. Jeff Bezos is going to figure out how to get all the water, and then we're done.
Oh yeah, You don't think he's going to throw us in jail first? Yeah, we're really done.
He's just screwed over the homeless. God forbid Amazon actually has to pay their fair share of taxes one day, huh? Can you imagine that if that ever happened? Woof. I'm sure they'd write about it in the Washington Post. Our next live Jimmy Dore show is July 1st in Portland, Oregon, and July 15th in Chicago, Illinois. We're doing a live show July 15th in Chicago, Illinois. Go to a link right there for all the tickets to all the live Jimmy Dore shows. Plus, if you can help become a premium member, we give you hours of bonus material every week. Become a patron or a premium member. And if you're on Steam It, we're steaming it right now. Plus, every Saturday, we do a live Super Solid Chat Saturday where it's a live stream and you can ask us questions and we'll answer them back. Every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for your support.